everybody, welcome back to Mediocre Whiskey Review. I'm Jill, your host, and we're doing a blind comparison today. Stick around. All right, everybody. I'm comparing two whiskeys today. And I'm doing it blind because, well, I poured them in there and I mixed them up and I don't know what's what. So what we're doing is Baker's 7, 107 proof. I knew that. Baker's 7 at 107 proof. And then the other one is the Baker's 13. It says also 107 proof. This sample came from Chris over at Below Average Drinker. So thank you, Chris. Much appreciated. I haven't tried it yet, so I'm excited. Only doing it blind because why not? Because why not? No other reason. So I'm gonna start sniffing. Y'all go like, subscribe, comment, share a story, do whatever you want to do. I've had this Baker's 7 for quite some time. I don't know, 6 months probably. And I really liked it. I thought it was really, really good. And I haven't seen another, or I've seen another one, but it was too expensive and I didn't want to buy it. So anyway, but I thought it was very, very good. So I'm super excited to try the 13. The nose on that, I mean, lots of caramel. But anyway, I got lots of caramel on that. Some vanilla. It smelled overall pretty sweet. So this guy, that guy got a little bit of, sorry, it felt like something just went in my eyeball. I got a licorice, like a black licorice note. I'm not a fan of black licorice. So yeah, it's definitely lingering in there, that licorice. So we'll see if it comes through on the palate. All right, we're going in for a sip. I have no information on either of these bottles. I didn't look anything up. I just didn't. There's no excuse for why I didn't, except I've been lazy all day today and I just didn't. All right, sip one, cheers. Came in super sweet. Vanilla and caramel right up front. There's some spice, like a baking spice, I think. And then the finish kind of comes back in with that vanilla caramel. And then the baking spice just kind of like follows along, just kind of hangs out. Overall, very pleasant. Very pleasant for the first sip. Now we're going sip number 1 on this little feller. First and foremost, no licorice. Thank goodness. I was not looking forward to tasting licorice. So no licorice in there, so that's great. But it's very similar to this guy. There's a bit more spice in this one. And I'm gonna say baking spice, maybe even like a black pepper spice in there. But the vanilla and the caramel up front was there. There's a little more spice on the back end of this one. Now we have to pause because, well, I left my water way over there. So sit tight for a second. Go do things and stuff, okay? All right, we're back now. We're gonna start with this glass this time. Again, overall, they were both very pleasant, obviously similar, which I expected. And at the end, well, I try to guess which is which, probably, but I'm not a good guesser. Not a good guesser. So that time I got a brown sugar with like cherry pie filling. That's new. I like that. And again with the spices, the baking spices, and the spices tend to linger on that back side. Let's try this guy again. See what we get. Mid palate, right in the middle of that sip, was tobacco. Sorry, it's still doing stuff. It's still doing things in there, and there was the sweetness up front, the spice, the tobacco, like a poof, like tobacco. And then there was more of the vanilla and the caramel, but there was molasses. Like it was a really dark sweet, a dark sweetness. The tobacco took me by surprise on that one, for sure. But it wasn't bad. And I don't care for the tobacco note, having been a smoker for several years. It does one of two things. It either like disgusts me or it makes me crave a cigarette. And I don't like either of those feelings. So, all right, we're gonna do this one. Third sip. I better cleanse first. All right, now, this guy again, sip number 3, the tell-all. This is always, it always tells the biggest story, sip number 3. In my opinion, in my mind, sip 3 is the most important sip. I got almost like a perfume, and I'm not wearing any perfume right now. All right, sip 3. That is very, sweet is the best word I can use to describe it. It's obviously more than sweet. The vanilla and caramel has turned into that really dark molasses, almost like a burnt caramel. But the tobacco note was still there, but not as prominent. I got it a little bit more on the back end that time than I did in the mid palate. But right at the very, very end, there was this like burst of cherry vanilla, like a cherry vanilla, really dark cola. That's what I got. It's almost like the syrup instead of like the carbonated, drink. It's like that really dark syrup. But it was very nice. It wasn't bad at all by any means. So kind of like that. All right, third sip here. Let's see what we get here. So the spice is definitely more prominent in this one. It's such a very like smooth mixture of sweet and spicy. It's sweet, spicy at the end. I don't know how else to describe that. That's what I'm gonna stick with. So like I got that cherry, like the cherry pie filling note again, but not quite as strong. I'm sitting here debating like my guess, like which I think is which. And quite frankly, I don't know. I'm going to make a guess. Am I though? Am I going to make a guess? Yes, I am. While I'm contemplating my decision, I have a question for y'all. Do any of you watch TikToks? I know TikTok is like the devil, and it is my guilty pleasure. I can sit there and watch these stupid videos for so long. However, I've been seeing a lot more bourbon channels on TikTok, or maybe I've just found them. Maybe I finally got on the right side of TikTok. So I've thought about doing some videos there, and I don't know anything about posting on TikTok, but I don't know. I just don't know. And I don't know I am not a technical smart person. So doing a live on YouTube like scares the shit out of me, and I don't know how to do it, and I just don't know what I'm doing. But if there are other options, other places where you guys watch videos and such, let me know. Leave a comment below, send me an email, do something, and I'm gonna try to branch outside of the tube, and just see what else is out there. So give me some ideas. Sorry, I had to do one more sip because I'm still not sold. I'm still not sure of my answer. So before my rant about TikTok and YouTube, I had my answer. And now I've changed my mind. And I'm sure that that's a mistake. So before the conversation about TikTok, I was going to call this one the Baker's 13, and I was going to call this the Baker's 7. I've since changed my mind. We're going 13 and 7. Are we ready? Is this one Baker's 13? I really hope so. And the reason I'm saying that is because of what I'm calling spice. I think it's possibly barrel. I can't get the sticker. Here we go. I was right. Y'all, I got something right. I don't know how to feel about that. But yeah, we got number 13 right there. That the spiciness in it made me feel like it was oak. After I, said spice and whatever, I was like, that could be barrel. So, having 5 more years in the barrel obviously should make it taste more barrely, more like wood. So, yay for me. I almost never get these right. It is very, very good, and I really enjoy it. It is spicier than this one, and y'all know me, I use the word spice all the time. That's really good, and I'm so glad that I got this sample from Chris. I am just, he was so generous to send me the sample anyway. He also sent me the Widow Jane Decadence, which I've already reviewed, and it was phenomenal. And I have one more. Weller 107 is the other one that he sent me, which I have not opened yet. So I'm super excited, and Chris, I appreciate you so very much. Thank you. But I think that's all I got today for y'all. So I hope that everybody's had a good week. It's Friday. I hope that you have the most wonderful weekend, and be nice to each other. Go do something nice for somebody else. And I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Cheers.